Hi guys, the video you guys are watching here is my V.Hilla Liberation Quest solo. Or, yeah, it has to be a solo. Well, I guess in the future it won't be, but yeah, for now it has to be a solo. So, I was going to just upload this video like as is without commentary, but I forgot to turn off that EXP bar at the top, as well as the Beam Brigade thing at the top right. So it seemed a little messy because you won't be able to see the HP bar or the buffs, so I decided to kind of just commentate over it just to, make it somewhat bearable to watch. Because this was my first V.Hilla solo, even though it wasn't the real thing, because it technically is easier to do the Liberation quest for V.Hilla since it removes one of the HP bars, but in my practice runs, I've never gotten that far. I've only gotten to maybe like 1.5 bars in my solo runs, so this is definitely quite a surprise because I was just going in as a like quote practice run before reset. I really didn't expect to get that far. I was going to live stream it, but I did want like some practice in before I actually tried. So yeah, this clear was quite the surprise. I went in somewhat fully buffed, not really. I didn't use a Bosch Rush or an Onyx Apple or my Smithing Meister buff. I forgot to bring the whetstones at the beginning of the clip. You saw me try to use it, but I forgot to use it, or I forgot to bring them. But in here, I just did my best in just going in, binding, and bursting. I do use a Ring of Restraint 4. I don't use the Ring of Restraint that often in my boss runs, just because I'm not that good at like finding a right time to stop DPSing and unequip it and then re-equipping when it's time, so I usually just don't use it. I did buy it in auction house. I didn't like farm it myself, so yeah, but I did buy it at like I guess a reasonable price now since they are pretty expensive. But yeah, it's kind of a shame that I don't really utilize it that much, but in this run I did use it once at the beginning. But then outside of that first burst, I never really use it after that. But yeah, my mechanics, definitely not the best. I try using Shadow Rain, which is Zero's, well, Critical Bind is Zero's unique bind, and Shadow Rain, the full map attack, always procs it. So I always try to use that skill to like mini bind V.Hilla to give me time to cleanse the red skulls, as you could see there. Here, I'm going to switch out my ring and you'll never see me re-equip it ever again. I am using 3 HP familiars, so, it's not the most impressive run or anything like that, but it is my run, so I still wanted to share it with everyone for those that were curious on how it went. I do my best in trying to, like, dodging everything, but, I'm definitely not the best player, but I do my best. But yeah, it was a very fun run to do. I definitely want to try to clear the real thing one day in the future, possibly without healing fams, or at least maybe less healing fams, because I did use 3, which might be like, not really that necessary to use so many. Especially I'm a 0-2. Zeros are pretty OP with having like 2 HP bars, kind of, so. And definitely a very good bossing class in terms of surviving. I do use the corner strat a bit. There I just use my iframe, so I don't really need to worry about dodging anything for a while. But yeah, I think most of you guys know that the right corner is a safe spot. As long as you don't duck, you won't get hit by any strings as long as you hug the right wall. I don't use it that much, but I definitely do go into the corner near the slash timer just to make sure that I won't get a random red skull right before the slash. This isn't a perfect run. I do lose some skulls, and we'll see it happen. I don't remember when it happens, but yeah, the reason why I didn't want to like upload this without the commentary is like you guys can't even see how much HP it has right now. I assume it's like about halfway through the first third of the HP bar, though it is hard to tell because you just can't see it. um, and the reason why I have that is I usually stream while I'm like training or just playing Maplestory. And while I'm training, I feel like the EXP bar is hard to see at the bottom, so I have it at the top there. I just forgot to turn it off. Here I got 3 red skulls. She did just teleport, so I tried Shadow Rain Binding, but it missed. But because she teleported recently, she wouldn't teleport to me again for a short while, so it was pretty safe to get that. I did unfortunately get hit again with another skull. I feel like that one was a bit intentional. I feel like I intentionally got hit there because I knew I was gonna try to go for a cleanse soon. There it is. So yeah, she TPs again. So I have a brief moment where she won't TP to me, so I know it's safe to get. It's like just enough time, so I was spamming that, and thankfully I got it. Here, I don't know if I meant to do that. I assume I misclicked because the bind didn't go off, so I don't think the bind went off. It didn't look like she was bound, but either way, I did activate it, so I do need to do as much damage as possible. I'm getting hit with the red strings, just trying to get as much to get ready to cleanse, I believe. The timer is ticking, but I think I do make it in time. Should be able to get it right here. Yeah, nice. So yeah, I cleanse it, and now I'm just going to hide in the corner just to make sure I don't get hit again. And I do use an iframe here just to ensure that, you know, I don't take too much damage while in the corner. And so far, looking like a pretty good run. Didn't lose any skulls yet. I do have one of my iframes available. Thankfully, I am a 0, so if I ever do get low, I could always just switch to the other alpha or beta and I'll be like full HP. It looks like I'm doing pretty well. Before this run, I've maybe done like 5 V.Hilla practice runs. Definitely no more than 10, but maybe around 5. And yeah, none of them were that great. Because I usually do this in like almost a full party. Oh, I died there. Oh, at this point, I had my transparency up a little bit, and I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I did want to lower that. For a second, it looked like I was about to rage quit there. But yeah, I lost my first skull due to just losing HP. And definitely without healing fams, I definitely would have died out a lot sooner, I think. So yeah, without healing fams, I don't think this would have been a clear, just because mechanically, definitely not good. But good enough. Here, my alpha is full HP, but my beta is not, so I proc my iframe here, because over time, the healing familiars and being a 0 should bring me back to full HP on the beta. Yeah, as you can see below at the HP bar, you should see it going up a bit, and also beta shield, pretty useful for sure. Alright, looks like the slash is going to happen soon, so yeah, there I am going into the corner again just to make sure I don't get hit. Oh, and we also made it to the second third of the HP bar. Looks like I'm doing a pretty good job trying to just dodge everything as much as possible. Definitely not, yeah, that something like that, definitely not great. Here I was definitely panicking because I was like, oh god, please. Please don't get hit once more, but we got it, so that's good. I don't have too many close calls. There will be another close call coming up soon, but Aside from that one that just passed and the next one coming up, there wasn't too many close calls. And here, my burst was up, so I wanted to just go into the corner and just do as much damage as possible with all my burst skills. And then eventually when my burst is off, I will most likely jump out of the corner. I don't think I stay here for too long. Here I try to dodge the green there by stepping out a little bit. And then here I'm just going out to make sure I don't just die to the poison by being trapped in the corner. Alright, looks like the slash is going to happen soon. I don't think I'm going to get hit by a red string anytime. But yeah, the HP bar again is being blocked by the EXP bar, so I can't really tell how far I am, but I think it's probably maybe like 2/3 in, maybe close to half way through. This run definitely took a while. I'm pretty sure I definitely have enough damage to do the real thing. It's just a matter of just trying to DPS as much as possible while still trying to stay alive and dodging as much as I can. Okay, here, zeros with an iframe, very OP. I try using my iframe as much as possible to give me enough time to, you know, just fully DPS for a few seconds without any interruption. I went for the bind there. I'm not sure why. Maybe just to do more damage, but yeah, I went for the bind there. It looks like a pretty solid burst, not too bad, so. I do have one red skull. I do think I try and go for a cleanse before the slash. Yeah, I got hit there. I think I'm gonna wait for her to teleport to me, so I could get the totem, but here she is looking kind of stuck. I don't know what's taken her such a long time. To teleport to me, but my Shadow Rain is up, so I think about just going out and then Shadow Rain binding her instead of just waiting in the corner, which I do here. Yeah. But yeah, I was trying to wait in the corner for her to TP, but there I was too late. And at this point, I was panicking. I had 3 red skulls, and thankfully she is not touching it. She was like right on the edge. And then here I get down to 3 HP, and somehow I make it just in time without dying. That was definitely the closest I got to dying out here, because I had 3 reds and then I was literally 3 HP with only 1 green skull available. So that was pretty close. I think that has to do with some luck. I definitely don't think that was that skillful there. That was definitely not intentional to be that low. But I definitely used the HP healing as soon as I could, or the HP potion once it was available from the cleanse. Yeah, at this point, I think I started noticing that she was getting pretty low, so I definitely knew that I could do it here. I just needed to not mess up and I'll be good. Yeah, I got a red skull right now. Go intentionally get hit here so I could cleanse the totem. She's going to TP and I'm pretty sure she's going to take that. Yeah. She took that, which should be okay. I believe I get the next one here. So she just TP'd. I Shadow Rain, so I have enough time to get the totem here without any interruption. And then I'm pretty sure, yeah, I run back into the corner. There is a lot of moments during this run where I don't really, like, you know, do as much damage as I should be. Like at moments like here where I'm just kind of waiting. So like if this was the real run, I should still have enough damage, but obviously I do need to focus a lot on just doing as much damage as possible. Since even though 30 minutes is a long time, it's sometimes not enough if you don't have that much damage. But yeah, here I'm out of the corner. The slash is going to happen soon. Right there. But the middle is also a safe spot, so I felt pretty secure in knowing that I won't get hit by the red or by the string. There, I don't know how I dodged those. I'm pretty sure I should have gotten hit. I think it might have been lag that I somehow avoided getting hit by those strings. If you want to take a look back there, and I'm pretty sure I should have gotten hit. Somehow I didn't though. So maybe some luck on my side with the lag, but that would have just been the first string, so it wasn't that detrimental. So shouldn't have been a big deal, but still a little strange on how that happened. Alright, got hit by one of the strings. We're on the last HP bar now. I'm definitely thinking just trying to stay calm as much as possible. I do have both my iframes available, so I do know that I have, you know, a panic button. I shouldn't be too worried. But this was definitely the furthest I've ever been in a solo run, even though it is, you know, the liberation quest is not really the real thing, but still. See if I get this one. Oh, I just barely missed it, I think. So I still have it, the two reds. Here I stand right on the edge of the totem, and because she TPs to me right as I'm on the edge of the totem, she teleports to your location. So she's not going to teleport onto the totem. So that's a tip that I learned from a friend, where if you see the totem, just stand on the left edge, or I guess the right edge might also work, but yeah, just stand on right on the corner of the totem, so that way when V.Hilla teleports to you, she will teleport onto your location, that being the edge of the altar. So that way, if she does teleport to you, she won't touch the altar, since she wouldn't teleport right on top of it. So knowing that useful tip, that definitely helped in moments like that. Yeah, getting really close here. The HP bar is about to disappear behind the EXP bar once again. Alright, so yeah, that was unfortunate altar spawn. But it should be okay. Here I got hit by the blue, and I panic iframe, but I don't think I needed to use the iframe. I should have been safe since she was mini bound, but better safe than sorry for sure. And since I procced my iframe and my burst was up with my bind, I might as well do as much DPS in this moment. And then here I was definitely thinking, okay, like this is the run. I could definitely do this. It's like 1 or 2 more bursts after this one, and I knew all I need to do is just survive. There's plenty of time, 13 minutes still on the run, so for sure had enough time to do this. Yeah, I forgot if I mentioned this earlier, but all of my liberation quests were first try clears, which to some might not be like very impressive. Again, I think it depends on, like, you know, how much stat someone is, on how difficult it is. I'm definitely not super OP, but I'm also not like super weak. So I definitely had enough range to for sure like be able to clear all these liberation bosses. It's just like kind of in terms of like mechanics. I'm just making sure I don't die out. The only liberation quests that I thought I was going to have trouble with were the Will one and V.Hilla. Lucid I didn't feel that worried about because I knew it was just a matter of just, you know, having the burst for it. And once I cleared it once, I knew I had enough range to consistently do it without that much stress. So that one wasn't too bad. Will, it was, I still have trouble with Will actually, like to this day. because it's mainly like phase 3 that I have trouble with, just because I just die out because I think I was relying on healing familiars. I'm like really banking on the healing familiar to heal me, so that was a little unfortunate, but I knew I was going to be okay if I were to lose one more skull. Yeah, Will was the first try clear, which was super surprising, and this run too was a first try V.Hilla clear, which was also surprising considering I have not practiced it too much. But using healing familiars and being a 0 definitely made it not easy, but definitely easier than most classes, I would say. Zeros are pretty OP, I will admit. So there I used my Urtabind, and then I believe the next bind coming up will be the last burst here. So here I just knew, just gotta stay alive. Just stay alive until my Chrono Break is up along with all my other bursts, and I should be able to clear it here. And next month, in the month of October, it's actually going to be my 1-year stream anniversary. I started streaming in the month of October in 2020, and it's kind of nice that I'll be also getting a liberated 0 weapon in the month of October as well, so it's going to be an exciting month. Alright. I believe she should be around like maybe 1/3 HP at this point. We should start seeing the HP ticking past the EXP bar soon. Do have one red skull here. I'm pretty sure I don't cleanse this one because I see how much time is left, and I knew if I risked it, getting hit intentionally a second time, there might be a chance where I lose 2 skulls. So instead of trying to go for a cleanse here, I just take the loss and lose the 1 red skull. And here I knew my bind is up. I'm casting all my decent skills, and right here I knew that I could burst it down right here. Considering my burst is up, both my iframes are up, I have Shadow Rain, so this is going to be the last burst cycle. As you can see, the HP bar is ticking down, so yeah. This was my V.Hilla Liberation clear. I definitely will try to do the real one day. I don't know if I want to do it before I liberate or after. I feel like maybe trying to do it before would be a bit more rewarding because, you know, it should be a lot easier when I liberate, so but we'll see how I'm feeling. After I liberate my Zero's weapon, I still will train the character. I do want to get 280 one day, but aside from that, I'm not really sure what else I want to do. Possibly fund up another character. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, that was my first run. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you guys want to stop by my stream, the link will be down below. Thanks, guys.